show you the shit. Like, you have to know that in your head, and you got to keep saying it. But in the midst of saying all of that, the people around are going to be like, she thinks she all that. I do think my products and my services are the best. I know there's somebody above me. I know there's somebody below me. I know this. Mm-hmm. But if I don't believe in myself, nobody else is going to believe in me and pay me for my products or services. Yeah. So it's not bragging, it's called branding.
Welcome to the Icon Theory podcast, where we empower entrepreneurs to build iconic legacies. I'm Garrett, one of your co-hosts, and this is the amazing Tanya Tymus-Bellamy. Today, we have the rock star in the building. Yes. She is a rock star in the entrepreneurial space. She's a serial entrepreneur and investor. And as a mentor, she's been paving the way for aspiring entrepreneurs, all while building a legacy for herself and her family. So join us in welcoming LYRIC Hawkins, the rock star.
Yay. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
So what made you decide to call yourself a rock star?
Actually, I woke up, it popped up in my sleep. I remember just waking up and it was like, God had gave it to me, but with no explanation. So the thing is, I just knew I had Rockstar, and I'm like, Rockstar 360. And the 360 represented going all the way back to the beginning when you thought you could. Because sometimes we get lost along the way, but there was a point that you thought, oh, I could do this. So you need to go back to that mindset and start there. But I didn't understand what it meant because God gave it to me with no explanation. So I didn't know what it was either. I just kept hollering it because it was for me.
Right. So I guess in you explaining that, did you, once you came up with the name or once the name was given to you, did you envision how you were going to brand everything from that time, or did it kind of organically grow into what it is today?
Organically, because I didn't know. And so I just kept posting online, Rockstar this, Rockstar that, Rockstar this. And I would go to a lot of events, conferences. And when people say, oh, well, what do you do? I would tell them something. Somebody else asked me at the event, oh, so what do you do? I come up with something else because I couldn't figure it out myself. So it was different every time, to the point that I didn't know myself. And it was so bad that they would ask my friends, well, what is LYRIC doing? What is this thing? Right. What is this rock star thing? And she couldn't explain it either, because I couldn't explain it, right? But I kept saying it. And then I remember going into one conference and I walked in and the girl said, hey, rock star. And I was like, that ain't my name. Then I said, oh, shoot, hold on. Oh, hey! And it just took on a life of its own, but I just didn't stop, even though I didn't understand it.
Right.
Because it didn't come with any instructions. And I just kept going.
So since it didn't come with any instructions, do you feel like the name embodies who you are? Is that why you
100%.
stuck? Okay.
100%. Because I've always believed that you got to be the best of the best. And being a rock star doesn't just mean music. It means the best of the best. So you could be a rock star realtor, a rock star chef. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It's just the best.
So one important thing I'd like to note, to take from all that you've just said is sometimes you don't have the entire picture. Sometimes you're not going to always know exactly where you're going, but you still have to take whatever God has put into your heart, into your spirit, whatever comes to you, you have to know that that's given to you for a reason, and you just walk in it. And the more you walk in something, the more you do something, it becomes more organic, more authentic.
Mm-hmm.
You then realize exactly what you were given that title for.
Yeah.
But define what a rock star is, because I'm like, everybody be asking me, what's a rock star? Yeah, I'm putting everybody on the spot. Who we calling and asking, what's a rock star?
See, I didn't say it was her. I saw how generic I kept that, Tanya. I said, they be asking my friends.
Right.
So I didn't say it was her.
So tell everybody what a rock star is. And I mean, really what a rock star is to you and to your brand.
Rockstar, again, is just the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been in the music industry in the past. And so Rockstar just kind of came naturally. My degree from Howard is in radio, television, and film. So it's just something that I've always embodied. It's kind of embedded in my soul. But again, I didn't pick it. You know what I mean? But Rockstar just means the best. And so when I talk to entrepreneurs, I say, hey, what are you doing? Because I talked to a girl the other day, and she has a brand with candles and things of that nature, but she could be the best, but we don't know it.
Yeah.
We don't know it. So we don't know it, it's irrelevant.
Right.
So if you don't put yourself out there as I am the best at what I do, nobody knows and nobody cares. So how are you going to be the best in your industry? Whatever that industry is. So being a rock star within your industry just means that you're the best, whether they think it or not. It don't even make a difference. It's what you think.
100% for sure.
So, if you think you the bomb and you keep saying it, eventually they all gonna think you the bomb because you didn't said it enough times.
Yeah. It's just like if you're not confident, if you walk in like you're confident,
If you walk in it,
you'll start feeling it. It'll start resonating with you. I think everyone knows that you post a lot on social media. Everyone knows you from your posts on social media. And you have a tagline. It's not bragging, it's branding.
It's branding.
So tell us a little bit about that tagline and what made you come up with that. Was it from all the haters?
Hi, haters. It is because we get caught up in what everybody else thinks. And in order to brand yourself and put yourself out there, you gotta say something. You gotta say whatever the product or the service that I have is the shit. Can we cuss?
This is not David Shane's.
It's the shit. You gotta know you the shit. Like you have to know that in your head, and you gotta keep saying it. But in the midst of saying all of that, the people around are going to be like, she thinks she all that. I do think my products and my services are the best. I know there's somebody above me. I know there's somebody below me. I know this. But if I don't believe in myself, nobody else is going to believe in me and pay me for my products or services.
Yeah.
So it's not bragging, it's called branding.
And I mean, I think that's important DNA.
I do need a shirt saying that.
I think that's very important DNA for any entrepreneur, honestly. You have to believe, because as you talked about, there will be sometimes challenges and 100%. Obstacles, certainly along any entrepreneur's journey. What do you offer to maybe younger entrepreneurs who are at that point where like, I've tried this, I've tried that, I think I'm going to just go back to work? Do you have any, right? Well, I mean, so many people do that,
Yeah, they do.
They will try one or two things. I'm going to get a little storefront on here, I'm going to do this, and it doesn't work out. I mean, we all have been entrepreneurs pretty much all of our adult life. So, like I said, there are challenges that come with.
There are. I would never tell anybody to quit their job. I know that I'm unemployable, but I'm built different. You can keep your job and still build that brand in addition. The thing is, sometimes we go to these female conferences and the female guru on the stage, she always talks about, I quit my job, I just jumped, I took a leap of faith, and now I make all this money. They forget the piece where they say, oh yeah, by the way, I got a husband at home that pays all the bills so I can afford to quit my job. Right? And so I say it all the time, don't quit your job. Do not listen to them because they're not giving you the whole story. They got somebody at home that pay the mortgage, take care of the tuition for the kids and all of that. So therefore, that person can focus on their business and quit their job. But I don't like when they get up there and tell half the story.
Right.
And then they get people women all emotionally caught up into, yes, I can do it. I can win. I'm quitting tomorrow. I'm putting in my 2-week notice. Look, lady, don't quit your job because these heifers not telling you everything.
So on that note, like who I consider the GOAT of, I guess, female entrepreneurship, Oprah. So Oprah has never married and never had children. I mean, I know you're a mom, but do you feel being a rock star entrepreneur and really putting yourself out there, do you find it difficult to date, as well as possibly do you see a husband in the future?
I would like
or are you okay with,
No, I would like a husband because everybody, well, maybe not everybody. So I've never been married. So let me say that. So I don't have that experience to say, oh, I'll never do it again. So I don't know what that is. So yes, I would like to be married. The bigger problem comes in, they see me on social media, right? And it's all good. But when they get in the relationship, oh, you post too much. Why you got your butt out like that? Why you doing it? I be like, nigga, you saw me like that when you came over this joint. That's you saw that.
Right.
So it becomes a little challenge,
yes,
in the relationship. And so, and especially if they're not on social media or they just got on, it's not their thing, it becomes a little challenging. But I get it. Some things I'm not going to be able to do. So the bikini shots got to kind of, chill out. So when I'm on the island, I guess I'll have a rap one or something. I don't know. But I do recognize that in a relationship, I do have to adjust. I do have to let him be the man, but he's got to be strong enough to lead. Because if I lead, then it's going to be a problem.
I mean, I feel like we spoke about this on a previous episode. Do you think it's possible, though, for a man to totally be committed to this entrepreneurial journey? I mean, I know a lot of times we become married to what we do. Say, for instance, for me, I had my first child at 36. I was so focused on my career that I just really honestly did not see children in my future because I knew it would take time away from what I wanted, my goals and things of that nature. Now I have 3. So clearly that shifted somewhere along the way. But do you feel that we always have to choose to get what we want, or can we have it all?
I think we can, but I'm just probably at a space now where I don't have any little people at home. So at this point in my life, I'm living my best life, but I would like to share it with someone. So I'm comfortable financially. So hopefully the person that comes along, preferably an entrepreneur, because he could understand that dinner's not going to be ready at 5.
Right.
I'm not home yet.
Right.
I might pick something up because I'm tired too.
Right.
I'm tired too. So he got to understand that. So if he's an entrepreneur, he gets it. So hopefully he's an entrepreneur. So he understands my lifestyle. Somebody that has a 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with it, but they're home at 5. I'm still out. And he got to be okay with that. And most of them are not.
Yeah, I think that's the struggle with most female entrepreneurs. And that kind of leads into my next question. I know a lot of people talk about living a soft life versus hustling and grinding. Can you really do both? Piggybacking off of what Tanya said. And I mean, men do like that more feminine, soft side. That is what they desire. That's what they want. That's who they marry. And while we all understand the hustle and the grind and working late and working all the time and bringing your laptop to bed, nobody don't want to marry that. I mean, so it's like, I'm just saying, so where do you bring the balance in somewhere, like when you say, hey, although I don't have to work a 9 to 5, I'm going to run my business and cut it off at 5 because I got a man at home.
So I will say that I have softened a little and I have learned to kind of maybe not say as much to make a relationship work. right? And I will say that I have done this because this one is in my ear a lot. So it makes me say, maybe I should just tone it down a little bit. Maybe this is why, because it looks so outward, right? But what you see on social media is not what I am at home. I'm at home by 8 o'clock every day, 9 o'clock. I mean, I'm at home, but they don't see that. I may go to an event, and anybody that see me at an event, I've only been in there for an hour. I done took about 1 million pictures, went home and started posting. Right. You know, so it looks like I didn't shut the party down, but I'm at home. You know, so he'll know I'm at home because he's there. But it may be 8 o'clock. It's not going to be 5.
Right.
Because my business doesn't even close till 6. But I'm working on the balance because I know that's what it takes. And it's a challenge.
So what point are you going to live a soft life?
I'm working on it. I'm soft.
No, I mean in terms of working less.
Oh, when he say you ain't got to work that hard, I got it.
See, we touched on this on a previous episode as well. And I really feel like that narrative is being pushed a lot. But some people love the grind, love the work. I
would like to
even
not
over
work
50,
as much.
come
though.
On now. Like when you get into your 40s and 50s.
Yeah,
really.
So I will say I don't want to work as much. But I haven't reached my goals yet. But if there's somebody that comes along and I know that we're not going to be hungry, I'll pull it back. But if he don't have enough and I have, you know, we still got stuff to do and make sure we can eat, then I got to keep going. But if we good, I'm good.
I mean, like I say, there are women who, I see women working extremely hard well into their 60s.
Oh no!
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, even we spoke about.
Are they with somebody or they're not?
We just talked about Oprah. I feel like she's still out there making moves and doing things. And
that's different.
And she's a tough cookie too. They say
but
she's
that's
not
a little
joke.
Different. You know,
because clearly she must have reached her goals by now.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But
different.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so is there then a love for the constant build, the constant? Like, some people fall in love with actual starting a new project.
Men do that.
So
Men do that
why can't we? Why can't women? Do we all have to aspire to have this soft life, or is it okay to say, you know what, I reached that goal. I want to try this. I want to try that, because there's so many things out there. And generally, the DNA of an entrepreneur is trying these new things, trying to make it work, seeing if you can make it work, and then ultimately making it work. Yeah. So if you're exposed to different and new challenges,
right?
Is that the challenge that drives you, or is it a number that drives you?
I don't know, because I still have goals. And the last person I was with was like, you need to focus on what you got. And I was like, I need some real estate, because what I have, if it shuts down tomorrow, I ain't good.
Right.
But the real estate, I can cash in a house, or I got passive income coming in. So I already know what my exit strategy is. But I haven't done the exit strategy yet. So I have to keep getting these properties. Then I could say, okay, if something happens to what I currently have, the business I currently have, I'm still not going to be hungry. My biggest fear is being hungry, because I've been hungry one too many times, and I cannot go back.
Yeah.
And I can't go back because somebody wants me to just stop.
Right. And that's to the point that I'm making, because I know for me, I was raised in a very modest lifestyle. I do like the challenge. I do like a challenge. Right. So sometimes it's not always a number for me. It's like, I can make this
project
happen. Yeah, I like a project and I like, to, you know what I mean? So it is
start
different.
it and bring it to completion.
Right.
All right, where's the next project?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference in like that upward mobility. Like you're upwardly trying to move up to a certain place so that you can arrive versus I'm okay. However, I want to do this for fun, or I want to do it because I like it. So I think it's a difference. And if you're like climbing, trying to reach a particular goal, that's the hustle.
Yes.
That's the grind.
Yes.
But if you're okay financially, however, I think I want to open up a deli, that's different. So Oprah is a different situation than a traditional entrepreneur who is out here grinding,
Still
trying
grinding.
to figure out how to make ends meet. That's just different.
Yeah,
And
it's definitely
I
different.
think, you know, even in terms of bringing people into your life, no one wants to deal with you're always on a grind, you're always hustling. I mean, you barely want to deal with it with friends. You know, they can't ever go nowhere. They can't ever do
Right.
nothing
I
because
mean,
you're always on a grind.
But
So
I'm sure we've all heard that
yeah,
thing
nobody
too, you know
wants
what I
to
mean?
keep dealing with
But
that.
men, they'll grind real hard, and we're supposed to
Accept
accept
it.
that.
But we're
Right.
not men. We're women.
We
And
are,
I think the
but
bottom line is we can't keep trying to put ourselves in a comparison with a man.
Why
We're
not?
Because we're not. God didn't make us to be
They
the
didn't
same.
make
I
us
don't know.
We're
that,
different.
but I mean,
We are different.
but
We
I'm-
are,
but
but
we're
and it's
single.
not fair to expect a man to lead and you gonna pay all the bills. That's when I'll sit down. But then you say, why can't we do everything they do? Well, you can't. You're expecting him to do more. You have an expectation that a man should come in, lead, be this for you,
Mhm.
but then you sit back and say, oh, well, I want you to take care of everything, and
No, they don't
I
have
want to
to
do
take
the
care of
same thing
everything.
that you do. You
No,
can't
so
be the
my-
same
no, my
thing
thing
that they
is,
are.
So let me say this. You don't have to
Sometimes
take
I
care
think
of
we can do it
everything.
better.
But the thing
But
is,
you know-
I'm single. So at this point, if he comes in my life, I need to first see what this look like. Because again, because I'm single. So I wasn't single 6 months ago. And here I am. So if I'd have shut it down because I'm thinking that this is the one, now what I do? Because I didn't shut it down.
Yeah, but
so I
that's
got to
different.
get that balance kind of together
Mhm.
to where I don't have to shut it all the way down while I'm figuring out if he is the one.
That's different, though.
You know?
That's different. When
Right.
you're single, you operate a particular way. But when you go into a mode of, I want to, bring someone into my space as a partner,
Mm-hmm.
that shifts. You can't be that hardcore person anymore.
why?
They don't want it.
Mm-hmm. They probably
They
don't.
don't want it.
How about I don't?
Why?
How about I don't want it?
I
It's
mean,
simple
but
as
no,
that.
because if it is who I am and it's what makes me feel good about me, I'm gonna pivot a little bit. But I mean, I have to. At the end of the day, I gotta look in that mirror and be okay
For sure.
with who
And
Tanya
I mean,
Tymus-Bellamy is. And if
that's true.
listen, I've done it. I've sat down for 5 years, and I literally did not like
Probably
the
died.
person. I did literally a slow death.
Yeah.
Like, I am so freaking bored out of my mind. I was picking up little projects here and there, but I was truly not fulfilled.
Mhm.
So that's why I keep bringing up that subject, because I do think it's constantly pushed. This soft life. I believe in balance, but I also, at the end of the day, want to be happy, and I want to move the way I want to move. You know what I mean? I don't want to be, oh, well, everything is taken care of. I've done that. I put my feet up, and it wasn't that great, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that either. So I have to figure out where that happy medium is.
Because you all are all over the place. It's like you all want someone to take care of you, which is semi-soft life, but then you want to do what you want to do.
No, let me hold
You
on.
know,
Let
it's
me
like-
correct that. What I want is, if you want me to sit down and stop, I don't want to be hungry. So let's figure out this thing. Because if I stop, are we going to be hungry? Are we going to be outside in the elements?
That's the selection process. That's just who you choose.
Right, but
That's all that is.
but right. So you
But
want
nothing
to
is
choose somebody.
guaranteed. Nothing
Sure.
is
Nothing
guaranteed.
is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Nothing is
Look, y'all,
guaranteed, but
I don't want to be hungry.
none of
I
us want to
keep
be
saying
hungry.
that.
I don't think anybody
I
wants
know,
to be hungry.
but we have taken. Well, I don't know about y'all.
No, I mean, no one
We've
wants to be
taken on
hungry.
people
and no one,
that
Mhm.
you know.
I mean, I
want
think we
you to
all
see.
need different things at different times in our lives.
Yeah.
So sometimes, and we talked about this before too, is it always necessary for the person that you are dating as an entrepreneur or choosing to make more money than you, or be able to sit down, or do they make your life easier so you can go out and conquer the things that you want to conquer and achieve the things you want to achieve?
Yeah, but I think that's that may not be what you
I
want.
wish we could just do it together. Why can't we just?
That would be
do it
amazing.
together.
That would be
And we just
amazing. And
go
we could
like
all
this.
just sit around, hold hands, sing kumbaya.
Just go like
and
this
it all
together.
works out. However, it just doesn't always work that way. And,
So do
and I
you-
just find that the men who are qualified to give us the life we want do not want you hustling and grinding. Now,
Well,
there
then
are
that's
men out there
fine.
who will be okay with the hustle and grind, but they normally need you to do 50-50. So it's like you have to take your pick. Which one is it?
Well, I don't know. I've never been married, so I don't have that, but I know at this point in my life that it's just some things I don't want to go back to. So I might be single a little longer then because of that. I don't know, but we'll see it. I just take it day by day.
That's all you can do is take it
and
day
that,
by
and
day.
that's it. Yeah, that's it. But
All right, because we got off into a lot of dating. I had all these questions about branding because you are the
go.
branding guru. Look
go.
at this.
let's go.
Let's go on branding.
Yeah, let's go.
So I'm just interested in knowing. So the Rockstar persona, is that like part of your story completely, or would you say that you made it into like a marketing campaign, so to speak, or do you think that did you plan this out at some point? Did you stop and say, you know what, I'm going to
create this character?
Yeah, and I'm going to be strategic with the Rockstar thing, or even to this point, is it just kind of
No, it's just who I am because I didn't have a name for it. So even coming up when I was in the hair industry, I didn't even get my license in the mail. I hadn't even got a license yet. I picked the top 3 salons in DC. It was Sandra and the Stars, Natural Motions, and something else. And I went straight to the top. I wasn't afraid because I knew I wasn't the best, but I knew I had to be great, so I got to be around greats. When I got into the real estate game, I looked up on the wall at all the plaques and said, okay, who are the top people? Okay, that's Greg Bennett, that's Thurman Battle. Okay, I went straight to that. I want the best. I don't want to be mediocre. I don't want to be regular. I already knew I was regular because I didn't know the game. So why would I go with somebody that's just at the bottom of the list? Give me the top 3. In case the first one said no, I will go to the second one. The second one said no, I go to, and I did it like that. So I've always been like that. I always put myself around people that were better than me because greatness is the goal. Everything else is irrelevant. And so I've always been like that. I just didn't have a title.
So you are very strategic.
I could be strategic, but it had nothing to do with the Rockstar persona because that came so far after the fact.
But you've been strategic in how you've moved.
Or your approach.
In everything.
Yeah. We're going to be the best.
Yeah.
So what does that look like?
Yeah.
It doesn't, we're going to be the best.
So once you did start putting strategies in place, because we know you have a plethora of businesses, you're not just one-dimensional. Do you use the same strategies for each of your businesses?
No, not for the early learning centers because there was nobody. In that industry, they don't share.
Okay.
And so I had to figure it out. But being around great people in the marketing space, I was able to fill it before it opened the doors.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, and then, people say, hey, you got an early learning center? Well, what you know about children? Because they know me from different industries. And then I have to run down a couple stats, let them know I do have 2 degrees.
Right.
But they don't know that part about me, But again, let me introduce myself.